Welcome to Scratch for Beginners. In these tutorials we'll be showing you some more advanced games that you can build in Scratch after you've had a little play around and you've got to know the controls and how to move things around in some of the other teaching materials. So anyway, here we go. So first of all we'll start off with one of the simpler things to do, which is you click on the stage thing down here and you go up to the background tab, and this is one of the more sort of generic ones that we've taken from the Scratch's built-in background section. So to get this, you go up to the import button here, click on import, this little screen will pop up, and then you go to, well, I took this from the nature section. So you double click on the nature section, scroll down to the bottom, and then here's the woods background here, and then all you need to do is click OK. As I already have it, I'm just going to click cancel. So once you've done that, this would bring it into the back here for you. So this is your background for your first-person shooter game here. Right, next we'll move on to starting to program the sprites. So you click on this little sprite here, and it comes up, there's his costume. I downloaded this from the Scratch website. There are plenty of packs of sprites and things you can use on there. So we go over to the scripts section here, and we start with this section here. So this is quite simple. You went over to the control section here and pick up the when green flag is clicked, move that in here, and that means when you start the game with this green flag over here, it means this will happen as of the clicking of the green flag. So you come back into here, again into the control section, and we use this forever loop here. So you put that underneath there, and that just clicks onto the bottom. And right, so this bit here is the move. So this makes the sprites move. So when we click on the button here, they sort of move around randomly all over the screen. What we do here is you take the move, take this out here just to show you, and you take the move bit, and this is the pick random. This is in the operators here, so it picks a random number of steps between, well, whatever you choose to put in these sections here. So this goes in, so you pick random, and you just drop that into the move thing in here where it says 10, and that drops it into there. So the move, and you move. I chose 20 to 100, and that makes it randomly step all over the screen, and it'll move from left to right. Okay, and then next you have the point in direction. This makes it sort of move around. So when you click on the button, they go left, right, and you can see them moving here in orientating themselves left to right. So this just means that it picks a random direction each time it moves, and we just choose 1 to 100 here, and it'll just randomly move. This again here is taken from the operators, where we chose this one from, and this just gets dropped in that little tab there. Okay, next we went back into the controls section, and we choose this here, which is wait. So you choose wait from here, move that, click that onto the bottom there like the others, and then I've chosen to put 0.5 seconds. So it just means that when it moves, it picks a random space to move to, and then it points in a random direction between 1 and 100, and then once it's done those two things, it moves down to here, and then it waits for half a second, and then does it again. But if it goes to the edge, which is around here, then it will bounce off and move off to a different position. And so once you've got all this clicked together, you just take it and you drop it in to the forever loop. So when the green flag is clicked, it will forever move in a random random steps between 20 and 100, point in a random direction between 1 to 100, wait for half a second, and then do the whole thing again. But if it's on the edge, it'll bounce off. So that gets the basic movement of the sprites. Here, we've chosen to say when the sprite is clicked, this is sprite 1, it says here, sprite 1. When sprite 1 is clicked, it will change the score by 1. Score has been made in the variables section here, so we created a variable. A variable is just something that it can be used, so when you click on a sprite, it increments or puts the score up by 1. And score is chosen here. These are a couple more that haven't been completed. And score here is clicked. So when you choose score, which is the variables that are available to you, it puts the score up by 1. Something else we've thrown in here is when sprite 1 again is clicked, it can play a sound. So we go to the sounds tab here, it says play sound, you drag the sound in, attach it to the bottom of here, and then you choose from the drop down here the recording 1, which is the recording we've chosen to have. So it just means when you click on it with the crosshair, which I'll show you in a minute, it plays the sound. And if we go to the sound section here for him, you can play this and it plays the death sound. So then we go back to scripts, and that is for the sprites. And so what I've done here for this is all the sprites are pretty much the same. The only difference is they have got different noises. So you go to all these different sprites here, and they all have got the same programming. So once you've programmed one, you can just drag it over to the next sprite, and then it will copy it in. As you can see there, it's been copied in this section here. But as we don't need that, drag that in there, and it'll delete it. And so you drag across the script into each of the sprites, except the crosshair sprite here, and the 2 female sprites, which are the ones you don't want to shoot. When you shoot them, it puts your score down. So the only difference here is this bit's exactly the same, so it does exactly the same movement, moves in a random direction, etc. The only difference is it changes the score, which is back in our variables here, so it changes the score by -1. -1 decrements or moves the score down. As you can see here, we played it before and it is -1 because we must have hit one of these. And the only difference is, as well, is the recording is different, so it'll play a female death sound here. In the next tutorial, I will show you how to make the crosshair sprite.